Dildo, you eat your frickin' slop. You ain't so pretty yourself either.
Let's get started. Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning in 1985. This particular movie takes the series in a whole new direction after the final chapter, which is pretty much the final chapter, which means it's time for a new beginning since Paramount decided to keep on going with it. This movie has a 4.0 on Internet Movie Database, directed by Danny Steineman, written by David Cohen, had a budget like $2.2 million, with $22 million at the box office, has John Shepard as Tommy and Tom Morga playing fake Jason and real Jason. A fake Jason? Folks just hate this movie because it has somebody else playing that character, and there he is. No! Well, if you're an actually Friday the 13th fan, you would know that Jason wasn't the killer in the first one either. So you should like this movie. It's actually pretty darn good. I enjoy it quite a good bit. It's weaker than some of the other installments, but hell, it's actually pretty damn good to me. Great kills, and I can tell the MPAA had a fun time raping it at times, since certain scenes are actually off-screen. But I think you'll enjoy it. As I said, some folks just hate it because Jason isn't in it. That is not a reason. If you want to see a bad Friday the 13th movie, just wait till I get to New Line installments. Oh my goodness, I want to rape the bloody hell out of them, you bloody cuntwad. One little fun fact, this movie actually had the soundtrack changed to say ta ta ta, kill, 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 to say Tommy kill, since they wanted to set this movie up to make Tommy the new Jason, but unfortunately fanboys prevail again. Did not happen. I enjoy it, highly recommend. Dig him up. Do you think I'm a fart head? Some folks have a strange sense of entertainment. Next we have Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, 1986. The movie has a 5.2 on Internet Movie Database, written and directed by Tom McLaughlin, budget of $3 million, and made $20 million at the box office. This movie is actually pretty amusing. It's not as good as the first 4 to 5. It's got some humorous moments. Has Tom Matthews as Tommy, and C.J. Graham plays Jason in this particular movie. As we know, this is zombie Jason in this particular movie, and the movie has a special place in my heart because actually this movie was made in my hometown. Oh yeah, they picked a camp in my home area to make this particular movie. So yeah, pretty good movie. It's not too bad. Pretty good acting. Pretty good kills. Pretty freaking amusing. Not too bad. I like it. Highly recommend it. Oh yeah, you big hunk of a man. Come get me. Next up is Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, 1988. Has a 4.6 on Internet Movie Database. Written by John Carl Boucher, and written by Manuel Fidelio and Daryl somebody. Who the hell cares? This movie is not one of the best ones ever. Had a budget of $2.8 million, made $19 million. As you can see, it's getting lower and lower and lower. Starring Laura Part Lincoln as Tina, Kane Hodder as Jason, we all know that name, and Fred Molan comprised most of the soundtrack of this movie. It's not too bad. I actually enjoy the soundtrack. But this is definitely one of the weaker ones, stretching it big time. They were desperate for ideas at this point, but some good things. Pretty awesome kills. You should check on YouTube. There's the uncut footage with no sound, I don't believe, but check it out. Some of the kills are just phenomenal. Stupid MPAA cutting crap out. But I recommend it if you're a Friday the 13th fan. It's not one of the best ones. It's just fun. It is not bad where you just can't watch it at all. So yeah, check it out. It's not too bad. It's all good. Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. Rejection. Fine. I'm gonna take me a cold shower. I got myself a date with a soap on a rope. And last and certainly least, Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, 1989. It's a 3.9 on Internet Movie Database. Written and directed by Rob Hayden. Budget of $5 million and only made $14 million, making it the second lowest grossing Friday the 13th. I'm not going to tell you who was actually in the movie because guess what? It's not worth mentioning. This is definitely the weakest Friday the 13th. Paramount installment, that is. It's very watchable. It's so bad it's good. There's some weird-ass BS in this movie, like Jason teleporting. Most of the movie is not even in Manhattan. It's on a boat. Oh, yes. On goes the magic boat ride down the sea. Yeah, really desperate at this point. So, yeah, you can watch it. It's watchable. It's just not that good. Kane Hodder reprises his role as Jason. So, yeah, you don't have to watch it. 3.9. It's not terrible. Has a lot of weird mambo, like Kid Jason popping up randomly, and this girl's scared of life, thinks she had drowning in a lake or something. One minute he has hair, one minute he looks fine, one minute looks deformed, one minute looks like, I don't know, a bastard. Then at the very end, the little boy, Jason, just dies and looks like something poured hot grease on his face. Looks like a freaking mutant. And then magically turns into a little boy when sewer water hits him. So apparently, the best way to kill Jason all these years was just to throw sewer water on him. Oh yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, no, it's really not. This movie, it just gets worse upon repeated viewings. Errors everywhere. Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Now you see why Paramount got rid of it. You know, they shouldn't have.
So this is The Corpse Bride by Tim Burton, and it has the voices of Johnny Depp and Helen Bonham Carter. And I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. And the characters are titled Victor and Victoria, and Victor is scared of saying his vows, and in the rehearsal he's like petrified, and the priest does not help at all. So he's out in the woods and he's practicing, and he gets it right, and he slips it on a twig, or what he thinks is a twig, and all of a sudden the skeleton bride comes and carries him to the underworld because she thinks that he's done it to her. And this is all about what happens when that happens. And at the end, it was pure justice. So, it's a very good movie. I've read some reviews that didn't like it because they thought that it glorified death, but after watching it, I don't think that it just glorifies death. I think it glorifies drinking and death. Yes, after you die, you go down and go drink. But everyone else is dead. Yeah. She really does try to win his love with, you know, a dog that he lost when he was a child, and she has a worm that comes out of her eye that is her conscience, and she keeps on having to poke it back in. And she's falling apart because, she's dead. But yeah. And if you were a child, it might be a little bit scary, but it's not meant to be. It's meant to be da-da-da-da-da. So this is Corpse Bride, and I greatly enjoyed it, so I think you will too, depending on who you are.
Barney got me pregnant. What am I gonna do? My uterus